All right, welcome back to the channel here. My name is Dave, and I just wanted to check something out and show you something here I think is really cool. Tulsi Gabbard sent out this particular email, and I did sign up to get emails from Tulsi. And it says, "Aloha, David. Legalizing marijuana is a basic question of fairness and freedom of choice for the American people. A system that puts people in prison for marijuana use while allowing corporations like Purdue Pharma that are responsible for thousands of opioid-related deaths to walk away scot-free with their coffers full needs to change." She says, "Let's make that change together. I'm offering to serve as your president to build a government of, by, and for the people." And then, of course, it talks about clicking here to donate $5 or $25 or $10 towards our people-powered campaign to make a real difference in the lives of the American people. Now, what's cool about this is, she's only taking donations from people. She's not taking donations from PACs. So I think that's awesome. Then she goes on, the fact that marijuana is still a Schedule I drug in the country, the same as heroin, think of that, that's just nuts, and other deadly narcotics, is unacceptable. Yesterday I released 2 bills to tackle this. The first is a short, to-the-point bipartisan bill to remove marijuana from the Controlled Substances Act so that states can set their own laws without interference. Definitely my libertarian side loves this 10th Amendment stuff, states' rights. States should be allowed to regulate this and do as they choose. It says the second requires the federal government to generate one central study on the impact of state marijuana legalization policies to push back against myths and stigma that are being used as excuses to perpetuate federal prohibition. You deserve common sense bipartisan legislation that actually has a chance to pass in a heavily divided Congress and make real, tangible impacts on our quality of life. We need leadership that will stay focused on getting things done for the American people instead of playing political games. Again, you can donate there. And so 60% of voters support marijuana legalization. If members of Congress and leaders in Washington listen to the voices of the vast majority of Americans, they will hear the calls for action that go beyond partisanship. We are long overdue to bring about this kind of change. We can't afford to keep kicking this can down the road given the devastating impact it is having on the people of this country. If you know someone who believes in the right of all Americans to make their own choice to use marijuana without being thrown in jail or labeled a criminal, please share this email and ask them to contribute even just $1. Now, the war on drugs has really failed us, folks, and there's a huge difference between marijuana use and opioids and so forth, and she makes that distinction here. And people are getting thrown in prison for years for very minor, nonviolent type crimes. So, another issue that I am perfectly aligned on here, and again, if you're a libertarian-leaning conservative or even a progressive with libertarian tendencies, Tulsi has the best platform. And, there are some things, like I always say, that I'm going to disagree with and I'm going to question. But between this and the illegal wars that we continue to fight and doing things that we shouldn't be doing in other countries, she's got it really together here, and I think she is the best candidate to beat Donald Trump in the year 2020. So check her website out, tulsi2020.com. I'll be back with more very soon.